Down there are two ways to see at Mark Zuckerberg's comments on environment, his at first with the Cambridge Analytica meltdown deployed. They showed each a head execution receive on top of the position, and manufacturing which voiced love considerable acquiescence in areas we wouldn't wait. Or, it was a qualified, calm screen of PR rotation, a print exterior for that he had nearly 6 days to get ready. Affirmative, he told he welcomed more than regulatory, but in a way how wouldn't include how lot effect on Facebook's industry at all. Affirmative, he told he would be lucky to witness up convention and some committees about the planet, but once gave oneself the receive out paragraph he has utilized to escape all of the some hearings so distant. Affirmative, he did say disappointed, but just for the position, not particularly for the actions of his business. Just, Mr. Zuckerberg did quite to buy several period as he tries to get his business in procedure, but not lot more than rather than how. His commentary, I in fact am not certainly we really be controlled, seemed love a main reception how the period may include go for more stringent rules on his industry. In fact, he was defending for a draft how would perhaps include more than effect on the human beings who promote on Facebook rather than Facebook himself. I believe down there are things love adds clarity regulatory how I would loving to view, he said CNN. He was relating to the Fair Ads Act house creature discussed by U.S. political community law currently, a offered law how would strengthen buyers of any on the internet advertisement regarding to candidates in and poll campaigning to be more than translucent on financing. In some speech, the web counterpart of messages love I'm Donald Trump card and I supporting the communication creature tacked to TV dots. The Fair Ads Act would as well need companies love Facebook to get sensible stairs to define how no overseas force was purchase ads. There's which's cost knowledge. Next the dropout above Rusky bot ads in the 2016 US President poll, Facebook told it created the toolkit necessary to knob policy ad conducting superior. So if the Fair Ads Act was gone present, chances are Facebook would already be in accordance. In the days next the Cambridge Analytica revelations, several investigative committees in the US and Europe told they would be inviting on Mr. Zuckerberg to witness in man. Same brief reply is I'm lucky for, he said CNN. If he's the law item to make. That has been Mr. Zuckerberg's stance all on. In the history, same's shipped human beings love attorney Colin Extend, who took the love stake of questions while the public print companies were called to Washington deceased recent year. While it wasn't lawyers, the business opted to email particular division heads, such as politics lug Monica Bickert. But to be equitable to Facebook, the is a actual attitude. If Mr. Zuckerberg is a nice lug able of delegating efficaciously, his division heads would surely aware more than on their relevant areas rather than he would. He's cost remember how while it comes to policy theater, such inviting Mr. Zuckerberg to Washington would delight really lot the opportunity to see hard and spectacular while behavior in a strong technology lead. How's not a print prospect, or at low he's not imaginary to constitute, Mr. Zuckerberg said CNN. We fair wish to do certainly we email who is top aware to do how. The investigations looking at Facebook are concentrated on areas advertisement, manipulate, agreement and security. Facebook has a top specialist for every of such areas. But Mark Zuckerberg, he's completely sensible to tell, isn't one of them. While his original declaration was located, such who recite it noted thing once, he didn't say disappointed. After, in pursue up interviews, he emerging to propose thing of an excuse. So there was a main violation of confidence and I'm very disappointed how that happened, he said CNN, and reiterated in such speech to Attached Ammunition Depot, Technology Publishing Encode and the New York Times, all of that were taking into account interviews on environment. And he is disappointed how the business's missteps and naivete, its speech, led to $50 BN creature graded off the business's importance and reputational harm of that it may never completely restore. His speech present pronounced an excuse for the outcome, not the reason. Recall, he's probable to sense disappointed for A's personality. Are you giver any mind to enabling Cambridge Analytica behind to, requested the paper's interviewer, Shira Frenkel. We're surely not departure to believe producing them behind on the plate before we include complete confirm how down there's no offense there, Mr. Zuckerberg told. So, he's probable. Mr. Zuckerberg's latter struggles as head execution include been since of his failure to know the origin of the social's wrath. At first on counterfeit news story, and now the several human beings believe how the social is less than worried on the particular nuances of if or not a politics was breached, and more than on the wide ethics position of Facebook on the use of its information to reach the urge how Cambridge Analytica promises its clients. Mr. Zuckerberg had the opportunity to say such a operation was no much longer great on his web, but chose not to get it.